Today's episode is brought to you by 4hymns.com. We have an update. I got my stuff in the mail. I've been using it for a few weeks now. We have an update.
We have an update.
Do I have long, golden, flowing hair? It's possible.
I want to know.
It's possible. To find out what I'm talking about and find out what Crendor is up to, go to 4hymns.com. This episode is also sponsored by MeUndies. MeUndies are the undies on our bodies. I tried to make something clever and I failed.
I tell.
Failed. Yeah, I know. My brain was struggling.
My undies are MeUndies, and I am wearing them right now.
Yeah, and you won't have to struggle to wear MeUndies because they're so comfortable that they'll just slide right on your body, and they won't slide off. You get right into them. They're perfect. They're perfect.
That's a good slide.
Thank you. Now let's jump into the show. Hello, everybody. It's time for Cox and Crendor.
Cox and Crendor in the morning.
In the morning. Broadcasting live. Before our recording studio. Recording. Wake your ass up. It's up next Crendor in the morning. Hello, everybody. It's time for another episode of Cox and Crendor.
Hey.
Yep, I'm going to just sit here and drink this cappuccino and just be quiet.
It's the damn episode of the Crendor Cox show. Here we go.
I don't know what's been going on with me lately. I cannot talk anymore.
When did
I
it start?
speak gibberish.
Yeah, that's not good. When did it start? It started like 2 days ago.
I think it's always been this way, but recently I've been working a lot, and I think I've just overloaded myself. And now, rather than communicate properly, I just gabbity-goop-a-doo.
Yeah, it's
and everything's fine.
The gabbity goop-a-doo's fully overtaking your body. So you just be talking, you're like, it's time for Cox goop-a-dee Crendor.
Yeah, I think I've gotten to the point where I feel like, much like sending a text,
Right.
if you can't figure out what I'm saying, then that's your problem, not mine.
Yeah. It's only downhill from here.
Yeah, if you can't figure out what I'm saying, that's your problem, not my problem. I don't care.
Yeah. I like that. That's like some guy, he figured out all my pasta la pizza mamma mia pasta brazules, and he's like, I've calculated that each one represents a different emotion of how you're feeling at that moment. Ooh. And he was right.
Yeah, okay, talk to me. What is what?
Mamma mia was like, oh my god. And then
right.
Pasta la pizza is like, hey, that's pretty good. And then a recent one I've been saying is a slam dunk Fiesta. That's like really good. That's like, wow, this is great. And then pasta brazule's like, ah, shit.
A slam dunk Fiesta.
Yeah, slam dunk.
Sounds
Fiesta.
like a terrible Fiesta. It does not sound like a fun Fiesta. A slam dunk a Fiesta of slam dunks? A slam dunk party?
Would you not want to go to a slam dunk party?
No! It's just like, I imagine it's 4 like driveway basketball hoops all pointed at each other and kids just like slamming like crazy. That doesn't sound fun. That sounds stressful.
Well, I guess it depends on your type of fun.
You know what? You're right. I guess you're right. I just think it sounds stressful. I wouldn't want to be there. Instead, what about like comforter Fiesta or like a weighted down pillow Fiesta?
What?
Like something a little more relaxing. Like a soothing lavender candle Fiesta.
I mean, I'd be down for that.
What about a bath bomb Fiesta? Now that's something I'd be into.
I like bath bombs. I like bath bomb Fiestas, I guess, then. Even though I've never partaken in a bath bomb Fiesta, but
what is the... I hope it's as dirty as my mind is taking me. What is the definition of a Fiesta?
Is it just a party? Fiesta.
Is it just a party?
A fiesta is a Spanish word for festival or party.
An event marked by festivities or celebration. All right.
So it's a fiestival.
I think we as Americans have been duped into associating Fiesta with food.
Yeah.
Because it's always like, come eat our 5-star fajita Fiesta.
Grande Fiesta.
And you're like, oh, okay, well, it's a party, but it's a party where you're eating food. And I guess it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
Although now we're going to get a message from, like, a Mexican grandmother that's like, what kind of party is it if it doesn't have food? And she'd be right. She'd be right.
The green cheetah.
The green cheetah's going to message and be like, Alabadula.
Oh my God, you're becoming the green cheetah.
Oh, no. Can I propose a theory?
All right.
What if the green cheetah is me from the future?
Oh, shit.
Trying to stop me from becoming the green cheetah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I discovered time travel and came back to prevent myself from becoming what I become.
Think about it. The gum on your car, that was your gum. That is the green cheetah putting your gum on the car. Like,
that's why I can't ever find the green cheetah unless she shows up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where she lives. She just appears. And she probably put the gum in my car to keep me searching. Because, you know, like, you got to keep your mind working. Or else you'll like, lose it, right?
Yeah.
So she was like, he'll spend his... Also, I become an old lady in the future.
Yeah.
This is just how it works.
Yeah, that's how it is.
She, like, put the gum there so I would have to Sherlock who did it and keep my mind busy, thus staving off green cheeitis.
I hate green cheeitis.
Cheeitis is bad, but green cheeitis is way worse.
That's way worse.
You don't want green cheeitis. You don't want that. Green cheeitis is terrible.
And she like put her groceries down on the thing too and walk away and just left them or something?
Yeah, she put her groceries on a car and then got in another. If I remember the story correctly, go back. It's in a previous episode.
Yeah.
I believe she put her groceries on one car and then got in another car and drove away.
Damn.
But like left her groceries on a car?
Interesting.
That sounds like something I would do.
That does like
That sounds like something I would. I've left a few coffee cups on the top of my car in my day.
Yeah. I think we're onto something here.
I agree. I think we're really starting to make some headway on this whole green cheetah thing. And we nailed it. I'm gonna just perfect.
Drinking Gatorade, thirst quencher, lemon lime.
Why do you need your thirst quenched?
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, but why Gatorade? Do you need the electrolytes? What have you been doing?
I mean, I just like electrolytes. I like potassium.
You like I just like electrolytes has never been said by anyone on planet Earth ever.
There's got to be somebody.
No one has ever said, I just like electrolytes.
They got electrolytes a lot. Look at electrolyte water. I guarantee
I guess
some
smart
woman
water,
has been
but I
like,
don't
just
think
like electrolytes.
No, I can imagine someone being like, I just like the way it tastes, or I like them trying to be. No one has ever specifically said, I just like electrolytes. I refuse to believe that.
What is an electrolyte?
Are we looking this up?
Electrolyte. A liquid or gel that contains ions and can be decomposed by electrolysis, e.g., that present in a battery. What?
This one says a substance that dissociates into ions in solution acquires the capacity to conduct electricity. Sodium, potassium, chloride, calcium, magnesium, and phosphate are examples of electrolytes, informally known as lights.
So there's minerals.
Yeah, sure. But like, why do you want them?
Yeah,
why do we keep getting sold on electrolytes?
Yeah, like...
Oh, it says electrolytes are vital for normal function of the human body. Fruits and vegetables are good sources of electrolytes. But I imagine if you've worked out a bunch or whatever, eating a ton of fruit isn't what they want. So it's like, drink this instead.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
I guess that's what they're trying to say. What are symptoms of electrolyte imbalance? Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Irregular heartbeat. Fast heart rate. Fatigue. Lethargy. Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Both ends of the spectrum?
What?
Having a fast heart rate, being like all worked up, or fatigue. or lethargic, or just being like lethargic, like I don't wanna.
Yeah, I guess it can go both ways because it's your body's way of being like, I don't got enough of this thing.
Interesting. What are 5 essential electrolytes? Sodium. Salt is number 1.
Woo.
Gotta have salt.
Love me some sodium. Tell you what, boy.
That Na.
I've been drinking sodium my whole life.
What can I do to increase my electrolytes? Coconut water, number 1. Pass. Hard pass.
Gatorade.
I hate coconut water.
I don't mind coconut water, but I don't actively want to drink it.
Oh, it is not a pleasant taste. Celery. Okay, great. Celery's easy. Watermelon, all right.
Interesting.
Cucumber.
I like those.
I like cucumber.
Yeah.
Kiwi, bell peppers, citrus fruits, and carrots. All those are great. Coconut water is the devil, but everything else is great.
And what about Gatorade?
It does not list Gatorade.
What about
I feel
Gatorade?
What about Gatorade? Which fruit have the most electrolytes? Apples, corn, beets, carrots, and green beans are all rich in electrolytes.
Oh, I had an apple today.
Limes, lemons, oranges, sweet potatoes, and artichokes, as well as squash and tomatoes are also very good. For best results, choose fruits and vegetables that are organic and, if possible, local to your community. I feel like that was added at the end there for like a little like poke. Like, man, don't buy from the main place. Go to Whole Foods.
Yeah, I think that's what that is. Wait, electrolytes commonly found in fruit juices, sports drinks, milk, nuts, and many fruits and vegetables, etc. Yeah.
So basically, electrolytes are in everything because salt and stuff and potassium and things like that.
And it says in oral rehydration therapy, electrolyte drinks containing sodium and potassium salts replenish the body's water and electrolyte concentrations after dehydration caused by exercise, excessive alcohol consumption, heavy sweating, diarrhea, vomiting, intoxication, or starvation.
Here's something.
Right.
Sports drinks like Gatorade and Powerade have fluid and carbs along with sodium and potassium. 1 cup of OJ has 12% your daily recommendation of potassium, as well as vitamin C, which they're saying here is better than a Gatorade. However, I defy anyone to go work out and then decide to drink orange juice afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
Please, go do that. Let me know how that works out. You'll be like, oh, God. That's like asking someone to brush their teeth and then drink orange juice.
Yeah, it's awful. There's a lot of things.
You might as well just die.
There's a lot of things that taste really bad after brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
A lot of things. You'd be surprised. Just try it. Brush your teeth, then eat something or drink something.
Oh, don't. You know what? There's way too much. I think the whole point is you're not supposed to after you brush your teeth. But because it's in the morning, if I brush my teeth and then I'll be like, well, I guess I'll have breakfast on my way out the door, when I really, in reality, should probably eat, then brush my teeth, ? But whatever. I'm just like, why'd I eat this? Oh, it tastes terrible now.
Yeah. Why's that happen? Why does it taste bad after brushing your teeth, but other things don't make it taste bad? Why
What if I looked that up? What if I looked that up?
Yeah, look
Why
it up.
does food taste... First thing that pops up, instead of bad, it says, why does food taste better when high? That's the first thing that pops up. Why does food taste bad when, or after?
After brushing teeth.
That does appear.
Yes. This is like
Interesting.
This has become like a Facebook science podcast.
Yeah, but this is important. This is important.
I mean, I like it. I'm just saying this is what we've become, but I don't mind it.
So, I guess there is fatty molecules that inhibit receptors for bitterness and keep bitter taste from overwhelming us. So when we brush our teeth, we break down those molecules for the little bit that like, because it's like a coating around our tongue.
Yeah.
And so we break that down when we brush our teeth. And so if you eat immediately afterwards, especially like orange juice, for example, all the bitterness and all that crap is magnified. And so we taste it without the coating on our mouth.
Oh.
And so we're picking up things like acidic foods. We taste the bitterness.
So is this one of those things where this is like how it actually tastes, but our bodies make it taste better than it does?
Maybe. Also, according to the ADA, acidic foods and drinks like orange juice weaken your tooth enamel, and brushing shortly thereafter can result in some of that enamel being removed. So if you brush after drinking OJ, it's actually worse because you're removing the enamel on your teeth.
Oh, shit. Now I don't got a lot of that left.
What the ding-dong diddly do? Interesting. So yeah, maybe that is what it's supposed to taste like. But our body produces stuff to protect us from the terrible taste of like acidic stuff.
Isn't that something with like light as well? Like our eyes make it so everything's not as bright. Like if we didn't have the filters, everything would be super bright. I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, and also we like the eyes send signals to the brain because it's all about like light bouncing off of things. So the stuff we see is because light bounces off of it into our eyes. And so our eyes sort of like determine what stuff looks like, and our brain puts it all together. So that's one of those philosophical things, like, are we really looking at what we're looking at?
Yeah.
Is that really what a like computer monitor or microphone looks like?
Damn.
I know. We're bringing some really important questions to the forefront here.
This is probably our most informative podcast we've ever done. And it
I
only
would say
took
so.
over 150 episodes or wherever we're at. Normally we're like, does the McRib taste bad?
That's a good question, though. Why does the McRib taste bad?
Because it's not even a rib.
Didn't we find out it contains some of the products that are in yoga mats?
Yeah,
in a McRib.
Then I also read in some other places that a lot of things contain that type of stuff, and it's just like an agent for tying shit together in the food or something. It like doesn't really affect. Like it's one of those things.
It's like a binding agent.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's in a lot more than that, but people just saw it and they're like, yoga mat, ew. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like maybe that's not a good thing. Maybe if you have to bind food to make something edible, maybe it's not actually food.
That's not true. I ate it.
All right. Screw me. You're right. You got me. Nailed it.
I gotta learn this too. Yoga mat food.
Yoga mat food?
Yoga mat food. Azobicarbidabandine.
Yeah, no, that sounds
almost 500 foods contain
almost 500 foods.
500.
Almost 500 foods.
Almost 500 foods contain azobicarbidine, ranging from Pillsbury dinner rolls to Little Debbie products like Wonder Bread.
It reminds me of like a scene from Star Wars where they're like, almost 500 Foons died to give us this information.
Let's see.
I'm now trying to picture what a Foon would look like. Foons, you know what a Foon is? You saw Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
You know the little tiny guy with the giant mouth and the big teeth? That's a Foon.
I don't remember this.
There's a little tiny guy. Go watch that movie again. There's a little tiny dude with like a rocket launcher, and he's the shortest guy on the team. And he's just I don't know what he's really called, but that guy's now a Foon.
Rogue One, Rocket Man. Oh, that guy.
That guy's a Foon.
All right, yeah, I can see that.
That little dude, look at him.
That's a Foon.
I don't know who that guy is, but he is a Foon.
That's a Foon right there. I agree. By the way, I've looked up azobicarbidate. 9 facts. It's an industrial chemical.
Yes, yes, it is.
It increases the irritability of gluten. It can cause respiratory problems. It is a skin irritant. It disrupts the immune system. It creates toxic byproducts when heated. It is harmful to hormone function. Europe and Australia have banned it. Subway is not the only violator of it. And
it tastes delicious, huh? You want more of that in you, huh?
I didn't say that. I was just saying, I've eaten it and I'm still here.
I just feel like the more I read about stuff like this, and the other day I was at the grocery store and I went and I got like a bunch of like frozen meals because I was like, well, I'm going to be trying to bring stuff to the office and trying to like eat healthy and all that. And then I just looked at it and was like, all of this is words that are just like fruit of glucomex.
Yeah. I don't think I've eaten frozen like heatable meals in years.
like phosphorus bisphenate. And I'm like, what the hell is? These are all spells in Harry Potter. And then I walked by the meat aisle and was like, what if I just, when I get back from PAX, what if I just start buying only things that like a piece of chicken or a bunch of chicken, like just stuff to like not frozen foods or not like, I don't know. I'm about to become like one of those cavemen.
One of those cavemen.
You know, one of the cavemen.
Like the paleo people.
Yeah, one of them. Where they're like, eat the meat and the nuts of the earth.
Yeah. I mean,
I might do that.
Hey, it's a good idea. That's I think it's more about like with paleo thing, they're like, you gotta eat meat. It's more just like eat things that are just, a couple ingredients.
But why can't I have like paleo plus a loaf of bread made at a store?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been buying bread where it's like locally made and then it's got like 10 ingredients.
Yeah, like a bakery. Yeah, like bakery bread. I don't want to make my own bread because that's a time commitment I don't have.
You pay like
that
an
is
extra
like
dollar.
a relationship. Yeah, I pay for locally made bread. The problem that I have is because bread that comes in packages and whatnot, especially American bread, is meant to last a little bit longer.
Mm.
Bread that you buy like a bakery, that starts to go bad almost instantly. And so you have to like use it a lot. And there's sometimes where I'm like, I don't want to eat this bread today. So I don't, that's the problem with being like a dude by himself, like the Bachelor life. I can only eat so much and then it's just going to go bad.
Yeah.
There's got to be like mini loaves. Are there like,
there's got to be a mini loaf.
Can someone open a bakery called Bachelor Loaf? Bachelor Loaf? And it's just little tiny single serving breads.
I think
like a little pumpernickel bread. Like, come on, like a little. And this isn't just for bachelor. This is bachelorettes too.
Yeah.
This is like just single serving. That's all they have. Now that would sell.
That would sell. I think it would sell a lot.
They have stuff like that in Europe. Overseas, they have tons of little bakeries that sell little things. In the States, it's like, you got to buy your whole giant loaf for nothing.
Yeah. Like, buy your Wonder Bread. $1. All right, it's $1. You can only eat half of it, but it was $1.
You know, speaking of Wonder Bread, it's not Wonder Bread, but it's like something similar. And it scares me because every time I see it, I'm like, something's up with this.
What?
Those ultra low calorie breads.
I don't trust anything like that.
The breads that are like, these 2 pieces of bread equal 100 calories. And you're like, that can't be real.
Yeah. I don't trust
like,
any of those things.
What did you do to this to make this terrible?
That's like anything. They're like, this has no sugar. This has no fat. This has no calories. And I'm like, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
It's compensating for something else. It's just going to affect you in some other way. So I'm like, no. Like I heard things with no fat, they just pump it full of sugar.
It's all about corporate perceptions of like what people want to buy.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, if it's fat-free, then we have to make it taste good, so we're going to put other stuff in it to make it taste good.
Yeah. It's
you get all those damn chemicals in your body.
It's like the all-natural. They market like all-natural, but that doesn't mean anything. But everybody knows. Like my dad will be like, I got this food, it said it was all-natural. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. He's like, I don't know. Said it was. And I'm like, yeah, but a lot of things are natural. They're not good. You know?
Speaking, I'm gonna make this happen, Crendor. Bear with me. So, speaking of health and taking care of yourself, I have a For Hims update. I feel like we'll jump on this really quickly since we're on the topic of self-care.
All right.
It's a terrible transition, but I'm making it. It's happening. We're on the path. I got some stuff shipped to me. I got 3 things, and I was like, I'm gonna try it all. 1, a vitamin. It was just like a vitamin supplement, like a normal vitamin. 2 was a hair growth pill. And 3 was some like shampoo you put in your hair. That's supposed to like lessen hair loss and make your hair fuller.
All right.
I figured I'd try to use it all. And so what happened was I went to the website and I logged in and got it was basically $5 for shipping, and they sent me a thing to test it. and a doctor came on, was like talking to me, was like, can you send me photos of your head? And I was like, what? So I like literally took photos of my head and sent it to a doctor.
Shit, dude.
And he was like, yeah, all right, you're cool. And then it was sent to me, and I think, I don't know, maybe 14 days in, however many days I am in, and I'm taking these vitamins, and the vitamins taste like vitamins, and there's a little tiny baby pill, and you take one of those, and I was like, all right, and then I wash my hair with the shampoo, and we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not like, nothing bad is happening. I imagine this is one of those things that like you just have to keep doing it kind of deals. I think, if anything, it's more preventative than like I'm going to grow hair.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that, so I'm sure we'll have more updates, and we'll see what's going on.
You could be Hercules next time.
Yeah, in a month or two, I could be an Adonis. It's possible. Who knows? Who knows?
I'm excited to see.
But yeah. But For Hims does other things as well. They have many regimens you can go on if you check out their website. One of them, gentlemen, this is for gentlemen, is about ED. And I know it's a touchy subject. A lot of people are like, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, jeez.
But this is a place that you can go to because it's online. You don't have to like stare at a doctor face to face and be like, yeah, man, I'm having some trouble. It's true. A lot of people have performance issues, and 25% of them are under the age of 40.
Damn.
If you're struggling, if you can't, if you feel like you're going to let your lady down or your fella, why turn to weird solutions and weird things to make it happen? Just actually go to a doc and be like, hey, help me out here. And that's what For Hims is for. You can go there, and with real doctors, with medical grade solutions, you can fix this problem. And it's not snake oil or like crazy stuff like that. It's basically a pill that has been on the market for a while, but it's the generic version of it. It starts with a V. I'm not allowed legally to say what that V word is, but it came off patent in December, and now you can get generic versions of it. And so it's a legitimate, real drug that works. And if this is something you need, fellas, jump on it. You have nothing to lose except time with your loved one. Wink. There's no waiting room, no awkward doctor visits, no lines. Save yourself the trouble, save yourself the time, and for a lot of people, the embarrassment of going on there and looking this stuff up and discovering what you can do for yourself. So, try For Hims for a month, today, just $5. Get started for $5 while supplies last. Please head over to forhims.com/CoxED. That's forhims.com/Cox, COXED. All right, well, thanks for, you know what, Crendor, thank you for being so serious for that.
Hey, no problem.
You didn't make any jokes.
I'm not making jokes on that. This is serious stuff.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help people get some. That's all.
Yeah.
I just want people to like be happy and get some loving.
Yeah. I hear you.
So I feel like I've done a great job today.
I'm proud of you. And you know what? I'm gonna hang your paper on the refrigerator.
Thank you. It's better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say when you're with your loved one, remember me, but that's weird. So
my ED is cured.
Thank you, Jesse. Yeah. In fact, screw it. Do that. I'd appreciate it. From me to you. So we have a few news updates. Should we save that for news, or do you want to get to it right now? Because I feel like this is important. Since we're on the topic of sciencey stuff,
yeah,
there's one sciencey topic we need to talk about.
Yeah, no doubt. That is Flat Earther finally launched himself to space on his homemade rocket. Here's how it went.
All right. So just an update for people who do not remember this story. Few episodes back, a guy was going to launch himself in a homemade steam-powered rocket to determine if the world was indeed flat. He is a flat earther. He believes that the world is flat, and this was going to be his proof.
Yeah.
Again, that's insane, but he was going to prove it to the world. And then for some reason, he backed out of it. Well, turns out it was just weather issues or something, And
I
he
think
did
they
it.
said the
So-
government was like, can't launch that rocket here. And he's like, I'll do what I want. And then he couldn't do it.
There you go. All right. So what happened?
So Mad Mike Hughes, the world's only flat
That's
earther
right.
rocket
His
man,
name was Mad Mike. Of course
Yep.
it was.
finally blasted off on his well-publicized mission yesterday before crashing back down to reality, shaken but unharmed. Giving him due credit, the launch was remarkably smooth, especially considering that the rocket was made by Hughes himself for a very small price. On Saturday afternoon at around 3 p.m. local time, Mad Mike flew 570 meters up into the skies above the Mojave Desert of California in his green rocket, branded with a giant Research Flat Earth, in all caps, sticker, and a U.S. flag on the side. His parachute successfully sprung out as he reached its peak altitude, and the rocket drifted back down to our globe. 61-year-old Daredevil told the Associated Press that he felt fine after the launch, although he had an achy back from the jolty launch and heavy landing. Footage shows Hughes just after he was removed from the rocket, looking a little worse for wear, although alive and moving. Am I glad I did it? Hughes said, speaking to the AP. Yeah, I guess. I'll feel it in the morning. I won't be able to get out of bed. At least I can go home and have dinner and see my cats tonight.
Yep, that's exactly what I imagined he would say.
As for his personal scientific voyage, Hughes is still not convinced that the Earth is a sphere. The launch was only supposed to be a publicity stunt for the Flat Earth movement. It was not actually intended to verify the shape of the planet, Hughes claims. Hey, after all, a few hundred meters high would not be high enough to see the curvature of the Earth. You need to be at least 10.7 kilometers high to directly observe that. That's why Hughes has even taller ambitions to eventually launch himself into space and settle his mind once and for all. Do I believe the Earth is shaped like a frisbee? I believe it is, he said. Do I know for sure? No. That's why I want to go to space. For the curious among you.
I just, before you continue.
Right.
Do you think he ever has traveled on a plane or experienced time zones? Or, like, how does he explain those things? More importantly, wouldn't mathematics dictate that, like, when he launched his rocket, wherever he landed was because the Earth was curved and moving? And I have so many. You know what? I don't think it matters. Math probably isn't his strong suit. Anyway, continue. Sorry. I had to work through that. I was struggling. I had to work through this entire thing.
The thing is, like, what's even the point? Like, what if the Earth was flat? And he's like, told you the Earth's flat. It's like, all right, cool. Like, I don't know.
Like, it just isn't, though.
Yeah. It's like,
isn't.
Well, how would time zones even work? Wouldn't it just be sunny all the time, everywhere?
Also, if the Earth was a disk, and how would it move?
Yeah. Well, what about
how would the sun be?
What about the other planets? Are they flat?
That's what I'm saying.
Is the sun flat? What's
just
flat?
doesn't-
What isn't flat?
I just don't understand. I don't understand what, like, it's just wrong. Like, that's what makes me so mad. Is it's not like a crazy theory. It's just wrong.
Yeah, didn't.
It's just incorrect. You would fail that science test. There's no like, well, you know, the science is still out on whether the Earth is round or not. No, centuries ago,
Yeah.
they were like, it's round.
Yeah, didn't they used to, like, is that how they came up with all the like the winter solstice and the summer solstice? They'd like measure shadows and stuff. I remember somebody
Greek
talked about
mathematical equations are based on the curvature of the Earth.
that. Yeah.
Like, it's a thing. It is a known quantity. There are photos from space looking down at the planet. You literally would have to, in order to believe this, you have to believe everything else is a lie.
Yeah.
Which to me is the biggest stretch of all.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, sorry to go on a rant. How does this nonsense end?
For the curious among you, here are a few simple ways you can prove to yourself and others that the Earth is not flat without setting up your own space agency. The whole launch was filmed by a Noise TV documentary about Hughes that was set for release later this year. However, Hughes posted on Sunday, March 25th, that he has cut all ties with Noise TV last week. And
But how does that prove does the video show him, like, how does the video prove it?
I think that was just to show him, like, doing everything, but then they link to an article talking about things you can do to see how the Earth isn't flat.
Oh, what is it? What can you do?
Let's see. One of the things is the simplest way, cheapest way to show the Earth is not flat is to look at the night sky. At any given time, certain stars and constellations will have a certain height on the horizon. Depending on your relative position on the Earth, you won't be able to see some of them when others can. The classic example is that you can't see Polaris, the North Star, from the southern hemisphere. As you move anywhere on Earth in a north-south direction, you'd be able to see constellations moving up and or down in the sky, new stars appearing and old stars disappearing. There is no way for this effect to happen on a flat disk.
Or it's the devil. It's the work of the
Or
devil.
it's the devil.
Or it's the devil trying to trick mankind.
An illusion.
Yeah,
I knew.
Like dinosaur bones. Dinosaur bones are tricks of the devil.
Dude, there's a guy on that one show. He is on the Los Angeles Rams, and he is just like, dinosaurs ain't real. And there he's like, the dinosaur bones are planted there. And then he's like, mermaids though, they're real.
Now that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. One of those clearly planted, the other real. And it's mermaids that are real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Aren't mermaids just like people be out at sea for years and they just get drunk and like not be able to tell things from other things and be like, the fish looks like a woman.
I feel like a lot of people try to associate mermaids with manatees or other sea creatures, and I guess that could be possible, but I just imagine it's as simple as like it's a fun story to tell.
Yeah.
It's like a myth, right?
Yeah,
it's like
true.
mermaids, and after a while people just tell it, and I don't know why we have to associate it with like, yeah, no, they were looking at manatees. Literally, it could just be dudes out at sea being like, man, I could sure use like a hot fish girl right now. Like,
that's true.
it could really just be that simple.
I mean, there's plenty of other stories of like myths and stuff.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
These are just sea
All
myths.
right, well, sea myths?
Sea myths.
Mm-hmm.
Sea myths.
Z myths.
Yeah, that's Flat Earth Man.
All right, well, let's go to chapter 7 with See, it's happening again. It's Crendor, this guy. Crendor, how's that traffic out there?
Hey, I've seen a few cloud maids up here. It looks like mermaid clouds. I think clouds have adapted to the skies, and who knows, they may start taking over soon and singing their siren songs. I, for one, would be hooked on those siren songs. Now, looking down at the traffic, pretty boring, standard post-Easter traffic. Everyone's depressed, they gotta go back to work. Hey, you do what you gotta do. You go out there, you grind it out. You wait for the next day off, the next big weekend, and then, you just do it over and over. That's life, man. That's just life. Back to you.
Thanks, Crendor. Now, let's go over to the weather desk. How's that weather?
Oh, it's weather time.
I liked your jingle. I thought it was great.
Thank you. I thought it up on the fly.
I can tell.
All right, let's activate Whoppy for the weather. He is revived. Whoppy activated. 54215. Kellenersville, Wisconsin.
Ah, it was close.
32 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, snow. 28 degrees. 70% chance. Snow. Tuesday, 33 degrees. 100% chance. Snow. Tuesday night, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. 90% chance. Snow. Cloudy with snow showers. Becoming steady. Accumulating snow later on. Some sleet may mix in. Slow. 82, 28. Low.
He made it.
Right.
He made it through.
He started breaking down again.
Well, that's sort of his thing, but we work with him.
That's true. And you know what?
Yeah.
Call it Kellenersville. It's only like, this looks like it's about 20 minutes south of Green Bay. They go see a Packer game when it's snowing, or not snowing. But it's probably snowing
also,
like 24/7.
I forget what it's like to get bombarded with snow. Being in LA has made me kind of like a snow baby. Like I just don't remember. If I saw snow again, I don't know how I'd react. I'd be like a child witnessing his first snowfall.
Wasn't the last time you saw snow when we were in Boston last year? For the first time in a
Oh
while.
my God,
he's
that's
seen
yes, and I was like dying because it was freezing cold.
it. Yeah. That was a good time. That was a fun blizzard time. I don't mind snow. I think snow's all right. It's if you got to drive in it that it's bad.
I used to not mind snow, but it's been 7 years since I've actually lived in snow.
Yeah.
I used to live in Buffalo, so like I understand snow and I was fine with it.
Snow Central.
I'd be one of those guys who's like in shorts out in the snow and it wouldn't affect me. Now I am like, oh God, it's so cold. Like
LA
I
has
am
weakened
not,
you.
I can't do it.
It's weakened you. Now we're going to get those people who are just like, you think that's bad? I get snow
You're right.
every day.
You're
it's
right.
a blizzard every day. I can't walk outside because my house door is blocked by snow. It's like, that's cool, man. I don't want to live where you live.
Yeah, people maybe shouldn't live there. If that's what it's like, maybe only bears and possums should live there. That sounds terrible.
That's just it's like a big weather ego. That's what I call it. The weather ego. Someone's like, wow, it's hot outside today. It's like 100 degrees. They're like, you think that's bad? I live in the desert
And I melt if I go outside. It's like, oh, that's crazy.
It really is. Everyone has to be like a little bit better than you.
Yeah.
Like, don't you get it though?
It's like
You don't understand.
It's like the packs of like the housewives that meet up in LA for like brunch. And they're just like, my son Roger, he's just trying to make it through school. And they're just like, you think that's bad? My son has this problem. They like try to compare their problems to one another and try to one up each other on their problems.
That I've seen that happen. I've been at places where I've watched that happen.
Yeah, it's like, you think
That is a
that's
common
bad?
occurrence. Let
My
me tell you.
We had to settle for the $180 wine instead of the $200 wine because we left a $20 bill at home.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's urban. We
are
don't
like the
believe in
rich people
credit
problems.
cards. Right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like when we were at that one place and the caviar machine only took cash, but the cheapest thing was $500.
Yeah.
And I was like, who would pay for this?
It made no
Who's
sense.
walking around with $500 to buy caviar?
Why would you even buy it from a vending machine if you're rich?
Right. Right. Couldn't you just go to like a caviar smith?
Yeah. Caviar Smith.
He hammers out the caviar.
Make me your finest caviar. Oi, on it. It's just like, cling, cling. Wow, he's
There's like
really working with that
There's
caviar.
a little apprentice like just pulling fish guts apart. Here you go, mister.
Oi,
Oh, nice and clean for ye.
oi.
Cling, cling. There's a guy working the furnace.
Like, damn, this is going to be some crazy caviar, man.
If you went to get caviar and that's how they brought it to you, I'd be like, yo, this was worth it.
Yeah. That would definitely be worth it. But
That'd be worth the $500 to have a whole team create you caviar out of metal? Question mark. I don't know how we're making this.
get rid of the caviar vending machine, make a caviar Smith. But that's weather.
Oh. All right, and let's talk sports.
Sports. Hey, welcome to the Sports Desk. We got some crazy sports stuff going on today. Tonight is the NCAA basketball final. It's Villanova taking on Michigan. So that'll be interesting. Loyola Chicago is the underdog Cinderella team, but they didn't win against Michigan. So
Yeah, everyone was very excited about that, but what you gonna do?
yeah. So rip. And then
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think Villanova's gonna win because they're better. But
Okay.
no, it'll be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be crazy.
Okay.
Yep. And then in baseball started up. So get ready for the 162 game season. We're 3 games in or 4 games.
Hey, the very first pitch of the very first game was a home run.
It's true. By the Cubs.
That's a good sign for the season.
Ian
That's a
Happ.
good sign for the season.
Good sign for the Cubs, except they lost today. So now they're
All
2
right,
and
well,
2.
not for the Cubs.
But you know what? They started out mediocre last time. They just got to get going. Rusty, get everything rolling.
Yeah.
They'll be fine. And then the Brewers, Milwaukee. They're like 3-1 right now. I like Milwaukee, even though they're in our division. They're like the wholesome, the Brew Boys,
Yeah, the Brewers are always like the guys who you imagine are a little fatter and a little bit hairier than everyone else in the league.
It's true. And if you go to their stadium, it's filled with those people.
I'd imagine they're also like, they have names like Kip Kissman and Reggie Flounderbottom. Like classy names, like classy old-timey names.
Hold on, let me check for you. You got Ryan Braun.
That's a good
Christian Yelich.
Yep.
Lorenzo Kane.
Yep.
Eric Thames.
There you go.
Jonathan
These are all great
Villar.
names. Yep.
Yeah, these are pretty good.
Those are all great names. Rick Hardbody. He's on the team.
Well, let me look. Let's see. Rick Hard. Nope. No.
He's one of the like trainers.
Yeah, there's an Eric Sogard that's kind of like Rick Hard.
Yeah. Eric Sogard is exactly like Rick Hardbody.
Uniseki Betancourt.
All their names are fantastic.
Brandon Woodruff.
Woodruff? Brandon Woodruff is the guy.
That's the guy. Or Boone Logan.
Boone Logan?
Yeah.
Their team is, I don't want to know. Don't tell me if I'm wrong, but I imagine they are all in their 40s, fat, and have lots of facial hair.
They do have a lot of facial hair. A lot of facial hair.
I love the Brewers. They have a lot of facial hair.
Hey, you know what? In the Brewers games, it's always just whenever they play the Cubs, it's just Cubs fans that drive up to the Brewers stadium, and it's like 75% Cubs fans there.
Oh, we're going to drive and go see the Brewers.
No, that's actually Wisconsin. That's up in Wisconsin. When you're in Chicago, like, go see the Brewers, eh? You see the Cubs,
you're coming to see the Brewers. Oh, all right, then.
Yeah, you see the Cubs. I see the Cubs. You don't watch the White Sox. You watch the Cubs. White Sox are doing all right, though, too.
All right.
And then NBA, NHL, both closing out their seasons. We're about to hit the playoffs. I'm rooting for the Bulls to tank. Come on, Bulls, keep tanking. They're winning games with their third stringers. Very sad times. We need to tank so we get a good draft pick. Hopefully they rig the draft so that we get the top pick, because apparently the draft lottery's in Chicago, so that'd be great. And then I was watching some golf yesterday. It was interesting. I think when I retire, I want to be a golf guy. Like
you want to be a golf
announcer.
Guy?
Yeah.
Oh, a golf announcer. You give us your best golf announcer.
And here we go on the second hole. We got John Johnson coming up with a 2-iron, and he's going to be trying to chip this one right into the hole.
You'd be very good. You'd be very good. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
the
I mean.
perfect voice for golf.
Yeah, and I think when I hit 60, it'll sound even better. It'll have a slight like raspy, like old man raspiness to it.
Oh yeah, because you'll have worn out your voice.
Yeah.
In your future profession as motocross announcer.
Yeah, I'll have a few years as a smith for the caviar.
Caviar Smith,
Yeah.
yes.
And then I'll probably have like a show with Guy Fieri when he gets too old and he needs to revitalize his career, but I'll be slightly ahead of him at that point to where I can bring him on my show and we'll just go around kind of reliving the glory days. We'll call it Glory Days.
God damn, that's actually a good idea. That's actually a very good idea.
I used to eat this place when I was a kid.
All right. Well, before we get into our new story of the day, I found one for Crendor. I have not read it. I've only read the headline, and I want him to read it because I imagine it'll be incredible.
Okay.
Before we do that, let's talk me undies.
Woo.
We've talked about it before. We're a huge believer in this product. I wear it all the time. This is less of an advertisement and more of evangelizing, putting this on your body.
They sent me 2 more pairs of MeUndies, and they're green. And I'm happy because I love green.
Oh, you're so boring. They sent me 2 more pairs, and one's bananas and one's zigzags, and I love them.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had like black and gray, but now I got green.
Yeah, you know what? Baby steps.
Yeah, baby steps. That's what
I'll
I'm
get
saying.
you to bananas one day. I'll get you to bananas on your body one day.
Thank you.
So, as you've heard, there's all sorts of types and varieties of not only underwear make and model. Make and model, that's right. Not only underwear make and model, you can have your boxers, your briefs, your boxer briefs. You can have lady versions too. I don't know what women wear. I couldn't tell you. You know, like, I imagine thongs and not thongs.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe they got granny panties. Look, I'm a man. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. I just know what I've seen in like teen dramas. And there's only thongs and granny panties.
That's true.
That's the only way it works.
And then the thong girls are like, just wear the granny pants. And they're like,
Yeah, that's all I know. But
they could have both had MeUndies.
Yeah, they could have instead been wearing MeUndies.
Yeah.
And been so much for the better because MeUndies uses micro model lensing in their underwear. It's sustainably sourced fiber that starts with beechwood trees and ends in the most amazing fabric you've ever experienced. I cannot tell you how it works. I don't know why it works. I just know
But I love beechwood trees.
Yeah, whatever beechwood trees got up inside them.
It's great.
It's incredible. There are adventurous prints. There's boring Crendor designs, limited edition patterns. New ones come out every few weeks. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. MeUndies guarantees you will love their underwear, or you can get your money back. But I'm letting you know, we've seen so many people on Twitter message us and them like, I got some, bro, and they're awesome.
I've never seen any
And
complaints.
they are. Not one.
Not one.
Every time you put them on your body, you're just like, how is this a thing? How are they so comfortable?
It's crazy.
So we've got another offer for you guys. For first-time purchasers, you can get 20% off your MeUndies and free shipping. That's 20% off. That's a no-brainer.
No brainer. That's 20%.
You don't even need a brain.
Yeah, you don't need one.
It would help. It would help if you had one,
Yeah.
but you don't need it.
You don't. You just need the
And if you
soft
don't like
beechwood
it-
tree fabric.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. Lensing micromodal underwear. I don't know what that is.
I don't either, but you know what? Sometimes let the science do the science. Let you
Yeah,
do the wearing.
And this is how we're going to prove the earth is round.
Yep.
Signs like this.
I agree.
So, get your 20% off first pair, free shipping, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Go to MeUndies.com/Crendor.
That's me.
Undies.com/Crendor.
Me
That was nice. We synced up. That was great.
.com/Crendor.
All right. Let's get to our big news story of the day. I'm going to send this to you.
All right.
I've been sitting on this for a while.
It's ready to hatch.
I want you to get ready. Just brace yourself.
I'm braced.
This story is for you.
Okay. Should I read it?
Yes. No, this is yes.
All right, good. Florida men. We've advanced past Florida man to Florida men now. One
Yeah.
disguised in bull costume allegedly tried to burn down ex-boyfriend's home with spaghetti sauce. Now this is a mamma mia.
Exactly.
2 Florida men are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's home and using...
Whoa. All right. Time out at the beginning of this.
Right.
Time out. 2 Florida men are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's home.
Mm-hmm.
There's a story there. That first sentence is a story in itself.
It really
Are
is.
they? Did they both date this guy at the same time? Was it a threesome thing? Was it an open relationship? Or are they exes of this guy who met and later realized how much of a scumbag this guy is? Or is one person the one that was cheated on with the other? Like, there's so many options here of what this could be.
There really is.
I don't know.
I don't either.
It's like a movie. it's like one of those like get revenge on your ex-boyfriend movies.
It is. And it gets crazier. 2 Florida men are accused of breaking into their ex-boyfriend's home and using ragu sauce to try and burn it down.
Again, even like why ragu sauce? Was it just there? I have so many questions.
Derek Irving, 36, and John Silva, 28, were arrested on March 13th after allegedly breaking into the home and stealing several items, including a flat-screen television, window AC unit, and vacuum, according to Orlando Television. The victim called 911 after being alerted by security cameras of motion being detected in the house. He said a towel had been placed over one of the cameras.
Yo, so this guy had one of those like fancy phone camera things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty neat.
See, they're useful when your ex-boyfriends come back to steal your stuff and then burn your place down with ragu.
Yeah. Arriving deputies saw a red SUV leaving the area and conducted a stop. The 2 men inside the vehicle, later identified as Irving and Silva, said they were picking up clothes from the home. The victim told WKMC that Irving was wearing a bull costume. The men initially denied the burglary, but when authorities went to the home, they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the stove's burner, which appeared to be in an effort to start a fire. Quote, he was trying to make it look like I left the stove on, but who gets up to 2 a.m. and fixes sketti? The victim said.
Hold on. At first, I was going to be upset because I was like, oh, this is a fake article because they didn't try to use ragu to burn down the place. They tried to use the process of cooking ragu.
Right.
But this article completely saved by this man's... He was trying to make it look like I left the stove on, but who gets up at 2 a.m. and fixes sketti?
Yeah, who fixes sketti? Who fixes sketti at 2 a.m.?
Who fixes sketti? I'm calling it that shit from now on forever.
I'm going to need some sketti right now.
It is no longer spaghetti. It is sketti.
It's sketti. Can I get some sketti, please? You
got the sketti?
You mean spaghetti? Not sketti.
Give me that sketti.
I'm going to need some sketti.
Oh, shit. That's funny.
So, again, that's the whole story. That's it.
Yeah, they were charged with $25,000, and that's crazy.
But
or they're being held on bond with $25,000.
I have more questions, though. Why?
I have more questions, too.
Why was he wearing a bull costume? Did he get it from the house, and he just wanted to
And he was
take
just
it?
like, it doesn't make sense to not
Hey,
put it
this
on.
looks great. I got to put it on. Or did he
Yeah.
go there in the bull costume?
I just don't know. I've so many questions about these two. Oh my God.
And then why? Like, okay, he was trying. So they found a burning pot of ragu sauce and a washcloth near the stove burner. So, okay, so they just put a pot of sauce on, and then just let it go. But like the washcloth.
Yeah, I guess they like turned the heat up to high maybe and left the washcloth near it, hoping that the washcloth would catch on fire.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm no kitchen genius, but I feel like a washcloth catching on fire, unless the rest of the counter is made of something flammable. I feel like most tabletop counters, like in a apartment, are made to like withstand flames, right?
I'd imagine so.
Especially if it's a gas stove.
Yeah.
Like the counter's not going to catch on fire unless it's like a gas stove that you would take camping and then they put it on a wood table. Then maybe that would happen.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I don't get the whole process of all of this. And why did they wanted to burn the house down, but like that's the best way they could have. The best thing they came up with was just putting on a pot of sketti and then lighting a washcloth on fire.
Can I tell you something? Were they trying to leave when they were caught? Arriving deputies saw a red SUV leaving the area. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
They're trying to leave.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why'd they put on ragu but not the actual sketti?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that too.
Do you think he didn't have sketti, so they went to the store to get sketti?
But they only got ragu.
It's got to be.
Or are they going there right then?
They put the sauce on because they want to heat up the sauce. Because the sauce, you got to cook it low and slow if you want it to taste real good.
Yeah.
And then you go and you high heat that water, you boil it, and you put the sketti in. And then so maybe they were just trying to make some food.
You got a point.
That's what I would have gone with. I would have been like, look, he's our ex-boyfriend, and we were trying to make it up to him, so we were going to cook him sketti. So when he gets home from, I assume, work, why else was he out? Maybe he was out partying. When he gets home for the night, whatever the story may be.
Yeah.
When he gets home for the night, we're going to have sketti waiting for him. And if he was drunk, he could have a sketti. And if he came home from work, he'd be tired. And I'd sell that shit. If I had broken into this person's house, I'd be like, I was just trying to cook this man some food.
But at the same time, then you see their mug shots, and you wouldn't believe them at all.
No, then you realize they are criminals.
Yeah.
Those two gentlemen are criminals. Although the one guy has like sort of a baby face, and I like it.
Yeah, I feel like he was in the bull costume.
Yeah, oh, definitely. He was the bull.
Yeah, no
that
doubt.
man was the bull. Let's be clear.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt about that.
All right, well, is that it for us, I think?
I think that's all I got.
That's a solid news story. All right, Well, thank you so much for listening or watching or whatever you're doing when you enjoy this podcast. I was trying to think of the right word there, but enjoy is a good word.
Yeah.
And if you do enjoy it, leave us a rating on iTunes.
Yeah.
And let us know where else you would like to hear this podcast at.
We got
Are
iTunes.
there other things?
We got SoundCloud. We got YouTube. YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast or YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor for animations.
Do you want to hear us on, I don't know, Spotify? Do you want to hear us on Podster? Is Podster a thing? It could be.
Do you want to hear us on Podland? Do you want to hear us on Pod Sketti?
Pod Sketti? Sounds like the name of a company that makes podcasts.
It does.
This is a Pod Sketti podcast. That's what they play at the end of it. Yeah.
Mamma mia.
All right, that's it. See you guys next time. And as always, to be continued.